right, guys, the NBA world is wild today. That's all I know. What I really know is the bowling world's about to be even more wild when I go 300 over this block. Andrew, what are you going over this block?
240.
Wow. Kris?
Enough.
Yeah, he doesn't need much. Andrew and I need a bunch. Andrew said multiple times before the camera turned on that he hopes he finishes 25th or 6th today.
My body is needing a day off.
My body needs more bowling. And now that our Chick-fil-A order's here, you guys are going.
We are running a special this week on the I Blame Landman's t-shirt. We have a 10% discount code. All you got to do is use this code right up here. Punch it at thehousebowling.com for 10% off all of your house bowling merch, no matter if it's I Blame the Landman, if it's any of our other designs we got on the website. Just check it out and you get 10% off your entire order.
Day 2 in Illinois featured the final 6 games of qualifying for both singles and doubles. The guys figured out the lanes for round 3 of qualifying, and for the final 6 games, the field averaged over 227. Fresh off of a Hall of Fame induction, Bill O'Neill averaged 257 in round 3 of qualifying to take the lead. And that was with 204 his last game. All 6 of Bill's games were clean, and he struck 74% of his shots. Graham Fa once again continued his excellent play, and he's sitting in second place. Santu Tahavanen averaged 240 in round 3 to jump into third. Two-handed righty Matt Ogle sits in fourth. Our good buddy Kris Prather is off to an excellent start this season, and he sits in fifth. Team USA Trials champion Ryan Barnes sits in sixth. Sean Maldonado sits in seventh. And lefty Nate Stubler rounds out the top 8. These 8 players will receive a bye in the first round of match play, and they only have to win 2 matches to make the TV finals. Jason Belmonte dropped into 9th place. Our buddy Chris Vi is once again right in the mix, sitting in 10th. Boog Krol sits in 14th, and we've got an excellent showing for the house in match play this week. One of my favorite storylines of day 2 features PBA legend Wes Malott and his son Jordan. Wes was an absolute stud on tour when I was growing up, but he's been really hurt the last few years. Well, in round 3, Wes fired back-to-back 300s and qualified 19th for match play. Even better, his son Jordan Malott also had an excellent round 3 and qualified 16th. So they both made match play together, and they're a doubles pairing. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Jacob Buttriff was the final qualifier for match play, and it took an average of 222.56 this week to crack the top 24. Now for doubles. Former champions Belmo and Bill O'Neill led the field, averaging 232.83 as a team. Former winners of this event, Matt Ogle and Sean Rash, sit in second. The lefty duo of Graham Fa and Matt Sanders sit in third. Defending champions Kris Prather and Andrew Anderson are in fourth. Sean Maldonado and DJ Archer, who've also made the televised finals in the past, sit in fifth. Other notable teams are Wes Malott and his son Jordan in sixth. Former champions Kyle Troop and Jesper Svensson sit in eighth. Another father-son duo of Kris and Ryan Barnes sit in 10th. Our friends and fellow YouTubers Chris Vi and Darren Tang sit in 11th. And of course, Packy and Mitch made it to 16th. Packy and Mitch were out of the cut with 1 game left in qualifying, but Mitch popped off a 220 and Packy shot at 230, and they snuck in as the very last qualifiers for doubles match play. Time for our stat of the day, powered by Lane Talk. Lefties out-averaged righties in round 1. The averages were dead even in round 2, but in round 3, right-handers out-averaged lefties by almost 10 pins a game. For qualifying as a whole, lefties averaged 218.1 and righties averaged 218.56. This is as even on the right side and the left side of the lane that you're probably ever going to see at a PBA tournament. Now that qualifying's wrapped up, to end day 2, they're bowling the round of 24 in match play. All matches are best of 7 games. Here's how the round of 24 matches went. Eric Jones took down Jordan Malat in 7 games. Chris Vi shot 256, 235, 257, 256 to sweep Jacob Buttriff. Newly inducted Hall of Famer Sean Rash took down Matt Sanders in 7 games. Hall of Famer Tommy Jones took down young left-hander Anthony Nyer in 7 games as well. Our buddy Boog Krol ended the Wes Malat storyline, beating him in 7 games after being down 3-1. Also, that has to be the biggest size difference between opponents in PBA history. Lefty Hayden Stipich bowled well all week, and he took down Jesper Svensson in 7 games. Jason Belmonte swept Dom Barrett, and Tim Foy Jr. took down Bailey Maverick in 5 games. Day 3 features exclusively singles play. We'll have the round of 16 and the round of 8 in match play, and by the end of the day, we'll have our 5 finalists for the TV show.
I did not make the cut, which means we'll be watching KP, Kris Vi, Boog Krol, a bunch of the boys that I'm friends with and hang out with and room with here week to week. We'll be watching them try and advance through the best of 7 matches. KP is going to bowl Rash, and Boog Krol is going to bowl Santu Tahavanainen, who has bowled amazing this week. So we'll catch those matches right now.
I barely look at it. The Belmo.
There's life.
That's literally
There's
the,
life.
that is literally what they call the Belmo.
What did you say?
That's the Belmo.
Why do they
Verbatim,
call that the bell?
Oh, because, you know, in the PBA League playoffs, he needed a strike to win, and he did that.
Twice or once?
Twice. And I was on his team for both occurrences. So I called the Belmo.
Too far left? You? Dude. You think that is? You think that is? Are you good at it? Here's some now. There you go.
likes that. Just I forgot what.
In the other round of 16 matches, Bill O'Neill was up 2-0 over Eric Jones, but Eric Jones won 4 straight games to advance to the round of 8. Matt Ogle took down Hall of Famer Tommy Jones in a great match that went 7 games. Hayden Stipich beat our buddy Ryan Barnes 4 games to 1. Tim Foy Jr. beat lefty Graham Faw 4 games to 2. And Jason Belmonte swept Sean Maldonado 4-0. That left 8 players remaining in match play. After the round of 8, the 4 winners plus the highest seeded loser advanced to the TV finals. Santu Tavanainen took on young lefty Hayden Stipich in the round of 8. Santu was PBA Rookie of the Year in 2022, but he missed the entire 2024 season with a knee injury. Santu beat Stipich 4-1 and is the #1 seed for the telecast on Saturday. Chris Vai took down Eric Jones in 6 games, averaging 247 along the way. Chris made match play in week 1 in Delaware, finished 3rd at the US Open last week, and is the #2 seed for the finals this week. Maybe the most intriguing matchup of the round of 8 was Matt Ogle against Sean Rash. These two guys are doubles partners, but as fate would have it, they had to match up against each other in the singles competition. Sean averaged 245 and beat Matt in 6 games, becoming the 3 seed for the televised finals. However, Matt was the highest seeded loser in the round of 8, so he made the TV show as the 5 seed. The final match of the day featured Tim Foy Jr. against juggernaut Jason Belmonte. The match came down to Game 7, but Tim Foy popped off 229 to beat Belmo's 207 in the deciding game. Tim advances to the TV finals as the 4 seed. You can watch all 5 of these guys compete for a PBA title on Saturday, February 8th at 7 p.m. Central Time on FS1. Doubles play picks up again on Friday. That's when we're going to do 16 games of Baker match play. The top 5 teams will advance to the stepladder finals. So we love professional bowling here at the house. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. Join us again tomorrow to see how match play ended up.